I was walking in Kreuzberg and in deepest Kreuzberg, I would say, and it suddenly occurred to me Kreuzberg is actually better than Friedrichshain, for sure, 100%. I don't have any doubts now because when I first came to Berlin, I was like basically living in Friedrichshain near Warschauer Straße, which is a very nice area. It's a great area. But Kreuzberg has, let's say, this middle appearance. It's not too rich, not too poor, accessible, and it's really cheap. The living is good, the living is relaxed. There's a lot of green spaces like this. So yeah, this kind of stuff. The buildings are amazing. The people are okay. Okay, except for a couple of, let's say, pushy drug dealers who just they're trying to sell you stuff and whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Kreuzberg is really better than Friedrichshain and much bigger, I would say. Much bigger. So from Görlitzer Bahnhof to Sonnenallee, all this area, it's it's paradise. Really, is paradise for a person who is working, for a person who is like having a middle income. It's really paradise. There's nothing you could want for. Okay, so this is probably Berlin's greatest achievement. Berlin, compared to other places, has a lot of things to offer. A lot of things to offer. I will never see myself living in other cities than Berlin. Honestly, Munich is great as well. Hamburg is great as well. I have a lot of, let's say, cities in the Rhine-Ruhr metropolitan area like Köln, like Düsseldorf, like Dortmund, Wuppertal, whatever. But still, like, come on, Berlin. Berlin is like the best. The best ever is Berlin. And you have all the amenities. You have parks, schools, kindergartens. The buildings are great. The living is balanced. Still, the rents are not like exorbitant, going through the roof. They're not cheap as well, but anyway, it's not something extreme. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, this place is probably one of the most balanced places in Europe. Because, first of all, it's a combination between Western capitalism and communism. Because Berlin was split into two. Okay? And there's a huge supply of housing which doesn't come very cheap or very easy, but still is not very expensive as well. And there's also the entrepreneurial spirit of the West. So yeah, look at this. Look at this. This reminds me very much of old Bucharest. I am from Bucharest, Romania, basically, if you don't know which country Bucharest belongs to. So yeah, and these kind of things are like, we still have them. These are like 1920s buildings or 1910s, okay? But there are very few of them, and the Berlin stuff is on a different scale. Like Berlin is like 4 million people, yeah? 3.89 million people. So 4 million people, yeah. The ones with papers, the ones without papers, well, we don't know. So there you go. Amazing little stuff, isn't it? There's so much housing, there's so much, let's say, goodness, neighborhoods, utilities, things that make people's lives easier and more plentiful in Berlin. Nothing extreme, not a lot of street crime, really not a lot of street crime, even though people here think that oh, there's so much street crime, so much drugs or whatever. No, it is not. Compared to Paris, compared to London, no. It's really quiet. People don't realize this, but it's really, really quiet. Look at this. This neighborhood is really like what a neighborhood should be. Really. It's... Oh, and there's a mobility scooter just left here. People leave stuff on the side of the road. People leave, like, they close restaurants and they leave tables and chairs outside, just tied with a chain to the tree. Like, really, they don't care. Like, the theft, the stealing here is very, very little. Honestly, very, very little compared to everything else. They think the crime is bad here in Berlin. The locals think they're like, okay, the crime is bad and they're like extreme and edgy. Not really, no. What happens here is basically there's very few crimes committed, and it's quite safe. I can just do this any time of the day. 1 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, doesn't matter. The Dodgers neighborhood in Berlin, I can do this. No problem. Nobody would just hassle you. Nobody would be like extremely aggressive to you. So no danger of being hassled at all. Yeah, it's pretty safe. Yeah, the only thing you need to take care of here is just to have a job. Ideally, like a good paid job. You know, like a really nice, specialized thing going on. But okay, if you don't, that's not a problem. You can still live by with any job. Honestly, it's one of the few places where you can still live by with any job. It's one of the few places where the average, let's say, studio flat in the center of Berlin, it's smaller than the netto of the minimum wage. Still, in Europe or in the world, you really don't find this kind of stuff. You really don't. So yeah, it's an achievement, trust me. So come to Berlin, try to live here, try to move here. I think it's like the best place you could possibly find. And Kreuzberg, I think, is the best neighborhood ever to find. Even better than Friedrichshain. But okay, Friedrichshain is also good, don't get me wrong. But Kreuzberg has something special to it. Like the quietness, utilities, quietness, the convenience of everything, the prices. You can actually get in small shops beer with the same price as in big shops in Kreuzberg. Look at this. So getting back towards Maybacher Ufer and the canal and the building of residences that contains the Edeka and the Aldi and the Lidl. Which is this thing over here. There's a cinema just over there, but I haven't checked it out. And I don't think it's an adult cinema, so therefore, I don't know. I just like these developments, these buildings. The only thing with Kreuzberg or Germany is that the people are just a bit more quiet, a bit more conservative. But that's not a bad thing in the end because you don't really want to handle the stuff besides your own. So It's a good thing. Berliners are quite nice. Right. So we're back at my Ufer, back at all the gathering of the tables and chairs for the fair. And yeah, I tell you, subscribe to this channel. There's gonna be so much more ahead of this channel. I'm quite proud of it. And also click the notification bell. You wanna get notified, of course, whenever I'm posting something, because there's gonna be so much in the future of this channel. And yeah, so far so good. So what? Bye bye.